If you have the right budget and you just want like the best TV out there, there's every probability you're considering buying an 8K TV because it's one of the viable options out there. Is an 8K TV really worth it even in 2025 and in 2026? This is your ultimate electronics buying guide, and we've helped over 3 million people avoid buying mistakes. We've been doing this for over 3 years now, especially in the area of televisions. So what is 8K and what's the major difference between 8K and 4K? Both 8K and 4K fall under the UHD category as ultra high definition. The term 4K simply means 4000, which means this TV has over 4000 pixels arranged on one side of the display, as opposed to 8K, which should have times 4 of that. An 8K display would combine 4 different 4K displays, which means the pixels are way smaller, like about 4 times smaller than what you'd find on a 4K TV. This would give you a lot of advantages when it comes to detailing. If you're streaming a 4K content on a 4K TV, you would get a whole lot of detail. Every single dent on that picture can be zoomed in and out of. But that's basically just the good side of 4K. There is a con side of 4K. 4K display would be enjoyed when you're streaming 4K content, because there is this matching of pixel to pixel between the content and the display itself. Anything lower than that would require taking more than one of those pixels and making them act like one pixel. In other words, you're basically zooming into the content to enable it to fit the display, which is upscaling. And that presents a disadvantage to high resolution content. For 4K though, there's a lot of 4K content, and on YouTube right now there's so many 4K content. So a 4K TV gets a good pass mark. A 4K TV is great. But when it comes to 8K, it's a whole different story, because you say owning an 8K TV right now would be like putting your TV on a constant upscale mode. Because majority of the platforms out there would offer you mostly 4K content, and watching 4K on an 8K TV has almost zero advantage. So what happens when you get a content that isn't 8K and then isn't 4K? What's the outcome? What will basically happen is that little upscaling you experienced watching a 4K content would be like times 3, times 4, times 6 the amount of upscaling. You get a lot of losses on the view of the content compared to what you'd get from a 4K TV streaming a 4K content without upscaling. It's like when you try to watch a 360p or 480p on your HD iPhone. You see how it is when you try to stretch to fit. So an 8K user would experience a lot of these stretch to fit situations, and they aren't really ideal for a user. So what's the advantage of getting an 8K TV? Well, the best case scenario for owning an 8K TV is if it's for a product display where you are in control of the content. For example, if you want to display a particular product, let's say on a salon or on a showroom, it's easy to just export all those images and all those graphical content on 8K and just put them on a slideshow on that TV, and you get the best detailed image quality you can find on any TV. Or you have a specific device, let's say like a special gaming console that's doing 8K. I'm not really sure that exists. For me, I see the Neo QLEDs and all that. I think they are more of an overkill, because whatever those TVs can do, your 4K TVs can do them. And the 4K TVs are a lot more affordable than these 8K TVs. So I'll continue to recommend 4K TVs for now. Leave 8Ks, they are not too profitable. But if you have a lot of money to throw around, you can just go for that overkill and do your thing. But there's no advantage of owning an 8K TV right now. There's no advantage. There are no YouTube 8K videos out there that's enough to entertain you for a whole day. There are very few, and I don't think there are much people shooting it. Streaming 8K is also not that smooth with the current network strength we have. Bottom line, 4K is better than 8K. Until there's enough 8K content on the internet, there's enough 8K content on Netflix, enough 8K content on YouTube, forget it. 4K is better because you're not doing a lot of upscaling and you're not spending a lot of money on a TV that's going to be underutilized. And here's another question we get a lot, like what's the difference between 4K, 8K and the Crystal HD and the Crystal UHD? We cleared all that confusion in this other video. I'm Justin, bye bye.